In order for you to succeed in today's environment, it requires you to have much more than just, the skills that you acquire at school. You need to get something to get on, even when the going get tough. And that's why today on the Money Monday, we get to understand some of the steps that you can take, if you want to become a greater or a better event planner. And that's why we are joined by our guest here. But before I get to introduce him to you, good morning. I trust you're having yourself a lovely, lovely Monday morning. My good name is Alice Wanjera Mwangi, and karibu sana.
Asante sana, Alice. Really appreciate. Thank you for the invite.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
All right.
Yes.
So first of all, I want you to introduce yourself, and maybe when was the birth of Jaliwa events came about?
Yes, my name is Victor Modhomi. I'm the founder of Jaliwa Sounds. It's a company that deals with the events management. We offer public address systems for events, different kinds of events, from weddings to corporate events, making advertisements, road shows. Apart from that, we also offer another range of things like photography. We work with a team of partners. We offer photography. We also have a team that does food and catering, and also the events deco.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's basically what we fundamentally focus on as Jaliwa Sounds and Management.
Wow.
Yes, away from the business, I personally am I'm in the IT profession, so it's something that it's not the only thing I do that's on sound on sound and events management, but I also do other areas. So it's just one of the ventures, and I think that's why I'm here today.
All right.
Yes, so Jaliwa Sounds was birthed quite a long time ago. I think the earliest I remember is 2013. Yes, 2013, that's what the time I think I felt a strong conviction to begin. And through the different challenges I had at that time, it was not easy to begin immediately, because that's the time I think I was finishing college, and the resources were not as much that time. So it took me a while, but the meantime I can say I started it off was in 2018 there, around 2018. And that's the time I felt now I need to, however, whichever way I have to do is I have to start.
Yes, you have to start something.
Yes, I have to start somewhere. So 2018, 2019, I started picking up all my pieces, putting everything together, and here we are, Jaliwa Sounds and Events Management.
And that's why we're here today.
Yes.
All right. We always say we have like managers when it comes to events. We also have like coordinators and everything. Yes. So what different do they bring in to see that an event come to a success?
Yeah, so so many people don't understand there is so much logistics that happens for events. If you ask somebody, they'll tell you that I need to have a wedding, an example, a wedding or a corporate event, I have a function, but putting all that together is really hard. People don't even think through so much. They just know they want something, a success of an event, but there's so much that goes into an event. Number one is for those events that needs advertisement. There are some corporate events that may need pre-advertisement, so that you bring the awareness that there is such an event. Yeah. So then there are other logistics, like if what is the size of your audience? How will you be able to put a good sound for your audience? And also going to the area of decorations is how will because now with an event without a good decoration, it's not really something. Yeah. So the way you put it across, the way you bring the resources to bring a place should look nice at least. Yeah. If you can afford a good deco, well and good. So for us, what we do is we are able to capture different aspects of events planning. We can listen to what is the size of your audience. That is number one, because now if we have a big sound, for example, and we have an amazing team that does a good deco, food and catering, photography and videography. So when you first tell me you have an event, I will start thinking of what is the location, what is the size of the audience, what is the type of the audience, not just the audience, but I also I'm interested to know what is the kind of the audience you have.
Yeah.
Yes, because what is the demographic factors. So
Religion.
yeah, the religion, as because you can go in an environment they don't take pork.
Yeah, true.
Yes, or you go in another environment they want this specialty. So we listen, we talk with the client, and we listen and try to learn what exactly is their specific need, so that we, at the end of the day, it's not just offering the services, but we also need to add value to the person. Yeah, so that if they're trying also to reach other clients, it makes sense for them. It makes business sense. Yeah, so for event planning, it cuts across so many things. Sometimes you have to stay late night planning until the success of the event is until the event is very successful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have talked about, doing like decors. You also handle sound. So as you are beginning your business, did you have a strategic plan? Like, I want to deal only with sounds, or these other things just came out as, doing exploits. How did you come about that? Or what are the dangers of doing exploits?
Okay. So originally, I remember back in the university, what I used to be in the Christian Union. So there's a lot of interest in the area of music. And the closest place you could find frequent area of music and was in the Christian Union. So over time, I developed a lot of interest around the instruments. Luckily, in our place, we were allowed, from day one, you could be allowed to go and handle instruments, at least with care. So when I started off, in the first year, I just went to the instrument almost the first or second week. So, and the sound was bigger than the way I was from the Ushago. So when I realized I think I can handle this, I think I can learn these skills. It's something that I can take some time and learn. So over time, throughout my campus life, I was there in the Christian Union, serving in the sound ministry. Right now, it is the music ministry. It's bigger. Yeah. So instrumentalists are a smaller part. As a technician, that is the place I used to be. So through around 4 years, I took a lot of time in that department. And I finished up being the leader of that team. And so we used to organize big sound for a big congregation, 2,000 to 5,000. And if it's a well-organized event, it's bigger audience than that. Yeah. So I started realizing it is a skill that I learned, and I was so good at it. At any point, I know which wire goes where, which cable goes where, which speaker goes where, which amplification item do I need to use for which audience. So when I got out, I think the most thing that caught my mind is the skills I already had. So when I sat down, I wrote a good, I can say a good business plan, or the vision I had for now to begin. Originally, it was sounds. And in 2013, I remember, yes, it should be 2013, that's when the name Jaliwa Sounds was birthed. In campus, I used to have a name called Jaliwa, that is a declaration. Mungu ananijali. Wow. In Swahili, it's a Swahili word. Kujali. Then Mungu ananijali. He cares for me. So then I decided I have to give myself a good name. That is the cliche around. So I called myself Jaliwa. So anytime you call me Jaliwa, you're telling me God care for you. Wow. You see. So it picked up well, and I loved it. It was a good name. That is I used it through across the campus. So many people did not actually know my second name, my real ID, the name in the ID. So having a good over 2,000 people knowing you as Jaliwa, it was the best way to start the business with such a name. So I thought about now I need to give it a name. That is the time I was doing the business plan, doing my research. That is the time I realized giving your business a name is part of it. Yeah. So I had to give the business a name. What exactly do I want to achieve? What is needed? Where? When? So that is it. I was planning that in 2013, and I had a book written. I was writing notes and strategizing on the long term. Wow. So I think that's the earliest I remember planning about it. So I sat down, thought well about whatever I wanted to do. I said, this is a skill I have. This is the best. If you wake me up, give me a speaker, give me a mixer, give me some crossovers, I connect. So why don't I now monetize this skill? But I didn't have the money. So I tried to partner with a few people. It did not work out well because now I was under-resourced as at that time. I used also to run some other photography side hustles as a student. So I did not have enough to start a good sound, but I knew I can do this. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So when you want to become a greater event planner,
Yes.
do you start from being a manager, or you have to start, like planning, organizing under somebody, or do you just start as a manager yourself?
I think one of the principles of life I normally use is you don't just become. You should have passed through a process. So for me, back in the Christian Union, I'll take back myself to where I was, because that's where I learned many of my skills. For Christian Union, the university student, it's a very dynamic people and very energetic people, and planning for such people, you need to be on point and very well polished, because these are intellectuals, these are bright minds. So the Christian Union was one of the places. Now, being being an organization which is in an intellectual environment, so we have to set the standard. So the Christian Union formed a good base for people to meet in large numbers and specific times, different days. So when I go back to where I started, it was because doing sound or doing planning for for an event. Yes, there's an event, but now before, let's say we are beginning at, let's say 7 p.m. I have to be there before to set the sound, and now the others will find me going on. So number one was learning how to manage time, because if I do not set the sound at 7 p.m., before 7 p.m., it means over 1,000 people are late. So that taught me one of the basic skills of a manager. And doing to manage, because if you are having an event, the first aspect of it is the time. When is it going to happen? So over time, over the 4 years, we had different kind of events. So I learned to do through that process. So it was the first place I learned to do managerial part of the events. Then coming outside in the corporate world, you will have to sit under somebody. Not necessarily it's one person, because there's so much you can learn from different people. So when I tried to meet different people who are in the sound business specifically. Initially, I did not have the photography, videography, tents and decor, and the food and catering. They were not in my mind there before. So, but when I started off with the Christian Union, me being the organizer of events, yes, we had a big team, of course. So, but I have to set the sound almost every other. It was almost every other day, because it's only on Monday we used to have Bible studies in smaller groups. So so I tried to reach out the people in the corporate world who are doing events. If there are some people who are doing some good sound and good event management, I could identify, because I'm handling over 1,000 people, over 2,000 people, and 5,000 people. So I am able to identify somebody who does something similar to me or something bigger for the corporate. So I found a few people. I talked to them. I would go and have some coffee with them and tell them, when you're having an event next time, call me. I'll avail myself. When you're having
for free?
Just for free. I would carry for people speakers. I would just be there.
That's the passion.
Yes. So I just be there. I just want to see how do you do it, because now I'm in the Christian Union. It's almost like a church. So it is specific place. But if somebody is going to a field, it is totally different. That's how I learned that I need to learn also doing outdoor setup of sound to start with. At least for crusades, it gave me an idea. And you start feeling there is a big difference between indoor and outdoor. So, but how could I have learned if I did not get to involve them in the process?
starting from, the ground
Yes.
zero.
Yes.
All right. So what are the first, step that you take when you have a new client on board? So what is the first thing that you do? Is it the interview with the guy to know what they want? What are the first, few steps that you take?
Yes, that's basically I engage the person who wants an event done, or we offer them the service. We sit and talk in length. I have to know what exactly do you want, because if let's say a person X has come and I do not know this person. At least for my friends, I can know what is their taste. But for a new person, I'll start first of all knowing if is it you I'm doing an event for specifically, or it's you have other clients. So there's so much there's a conversation we normally have with all my clients that you tell me what exactly do you want. What is the specific things, and what do you want to go where? What do you want done? So the first one is always an interview, because yes, I can do a specific item or a service, but what exactly does the customer want? That is the most important. So that interviewing the client is the first thing in whatever I do. We have to talk, and so that I get what exactly do you want. Yes, and so that I don't end up doing my own things.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you tell me the check is not coming. This is not what I wanted.
Yeah.
So but if I have to do what you wanted, I'll have to hear you out. So it is whatever kind of business you're doing, the client comes first, the customer comes first, and there's a statement that says the customer is always right.
Yeah.
It is them who know what they want. You may have an idea of what they want, but the exact thing that they want, it is them who know. Yes. So you have to have a conversation for that. Yes.
Now that we are talking about, clients,
Yes.
how do you get to deal with clients who are difficult? There are some clients who don't want to pay on time, and
Yes.
not even because of the quality that you offered,
Yes.
but because, they're just giving you stories, the money is not there, How do you get to deal with these kind of clients?
I've met several of them. Interestingly, they can be hard to work with. At first, I think I did not learn about that part of of handling doing a service business. So what I've developed over time is because we said first I have to begin with speaking to you. I know what exact thing you want. So then I will do my calculation of, for me to deliver that one and do it excellently like we do at the Jaliwa Sounds, what I will majorly look at is what are the costs that I will incur in that process. Because now they are difficult, because especially the part of money, some can be difficult. Yeah, but as a business as an entrepreneur, you need to make sure that you are able to cover that. So how I do that is, once I get all the costs that I will incur, because I know the tent will be this much. I know my speakers, the quality is this good. So I put a price on every item. So sound is not sound. Over time, I came to realize that. But if I'm giving you a quality thing, I have to put a price on it. It's just also like an individual. It's like put some value in you and put a tag price on it, so that if you have to take my one day, then this is what you have to pay me. If not, unless I came to give like the USAID, like I'm giving something for free, but free things are not good.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't love free things. So once I get the kind of cost how I will incur through giving you an excellent service, is I put up I break it down. There is something that we call the deposit. A deposit sometimes is for booking. Then I am able to deliver, at least get there, and get at least my team to be there. So deposit is I call it deposit. So deposit, you have to do some deposits for commitment, so that at least even if I'm doing all the transport cost, I'm calling someone, I can pay them by the time I'm just getting you to the field. I'm on the safe side.
Yeah.
Yes. If there are any legal implications, I think I'm already covered. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So what are some of the tactics that one should use when they want to, like persuade new clients,
Yes.
especially for beginners?
Okay, if somebody is beginning out, one thing that has really worked out for me is the word of mouth. So even if you are beginning, it is not a good reason to do a poor job.
Yeah.
I would rather, even the noisiest of the client, the mwenye nakusumbua sana, do an excellent. You do not know who is watching.
Yeah.
So it has to be, even if you are a beginner, just work. You better, even if you're not that good, somebody will see you tried. But don't do a very poor job. Then some people are able to identify and see we have not done a good job.
Yeah.
But even if you are starting, you are a beginner, you do something good at that is the first thing. Just do a good job. Yeah. You are available. You can work with somebody. If you're not that good, now try get somebody who is so good at what you are going to offer. Because now after that, serving that client well, you do not know who is watching.
Yeah.
They may call you
Referrals now.
Yes, the referrals. So, and up to now, I have worked with so many referrals, you have no idea.
So you can say that is one of your marketing, like social media marketing tool.
Yes, so that's my main one, and all my subsequent have at least seen my work. So that is something that I have used so much. So anytime I'm serving a client or I'm offering any of my services, majorly sound is the one that has been more frequent. So is somebody somebody will see I offered a sound to a certain event. So if you're having a wedding, people will try to remember who went our wedding last time. So and they'll tell you, this person did for me a good package and he did a good job. So through that you're able to get this the next one.
And then the next.
Then the next one. Then the next one. Yeah. So but now for there are other if you want to venture to reach out to other people. Apart from you are already established clients, there are some clients who come frequently. Like I've worked with some who we do events for malls and shops. If you are launching a shop, there are some people who are now my clients. But if you want to capture a new one, you'll have to take yourself out there. You have to do the marketing. You have to get, right now, after the COVID hit us, at least many people went online. And at Jaliwa Sounds, we have done that so well. Wow. Yes, we're using our WhatsApp, our Instagram page, anywhere that we find us some space. At least it is free for now. Yes. So, and you are able to reach more audience, even people you have never met. Yes, and just by sharing a photo of the work you do, a video of the work you cover, then it has helped us. So if you're going to reach out a new person, that person does not trust you. That person is not your relative. They do not know anything about you. How will they be able to know about you? So it is first of all, try reach out for in whatever means legally. So just try to reach out online. Online is the best as at now, especially at this age and this season. So you tell friends. Don't forget to remind them. Yes, they may have seen the event, but they don't have to wait to the next event. Now, throw them an SMS. Tell them you're still doing this thing and you do it excellently. When you've offered a service, anytime I go to an event, I post everywhere. I say, I did this event. If somebody was not even available to go for such an event, then they're able to get and pick the work I did. And some share. If there was a part which was entertaining, they share. If there was a good deco, they share. So through that, somebody will ask, who did this? Then the next time they're having something that they need, that specific thing or that service, then it will be easy to refer you. Yes.
Wow. I'm learning so much. But for now, we have to take a very short commercial break. But make sure that you talk to us on our social media handles. That is at DigiTV Kenya on Facebook. By the way, we are live on Facebook and, of course, on YouTube too. So go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For now, we're going to take a very short commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
you should ask yourself, what is the purpose of this relationship that I am in?
Man was made naturally and spiritually productive by God for a purpose.
I have my blessing. I have my healing. I have my greatness. I have my power. And it's all inside of me in Christ.
Well, we often ask ourselves, what are some of the secrets behind success? And how do people become successful in business?
Be sure to catch Money Monday to learn habits of a millionaire's mind and how you can apply them to your advantage. We shall bring you bold entrepreneurs with the most important lessons, hoping that you will find your inspiration and motivation for your journey towards success.
Join me each and every single Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. only on DGTV hashtag Demarcating Our Domain.
Uzuri Institute trains you to be a professional, an entrepreneur, and job ready. We offer quality, affordable education. Register for our current intake by calling us on 0723 560 867. Uzuri Institute, shaping careers, directing purpose.
Welcome to Uzuri Institute.
Well, we often ask ourselves, what are some of the secrets behind success? And how do people become successful in business?
Be sure to catch Money Monday to learn habits of a millionaire's mind and how you can apply them to your advantage. We shall bring you bold entrepreneurs with the most important lessons, hoping that you will find your inspiration and motivation for your journey towards success.
Join me each and every single Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. only on DGTV hashtag Demarcating Our Domain. Welcome back. We are still talking about, how, steps that you can take to become a better, events planner or even a manager. And we're talking with Pastor Victor with me in the studio. Before we went on a commercial break, we were talking about clients and how difficult they can be. So now I want us to, discuss about, there are people who say, fake it till you make it. So you end up taking a lot of businesses, even when you know deep down that you cannot be able even to handle those, events, maybe in terms of tools or even anything. And sometimes you feel even you're so tired and you can't put up with this. But because you want to pay those bills, you end up taking anything that comes your way, which might, at the end of the day, compromise on your quality and, of course, injure your reputation as a company or even a brand. So how can you be able to say no, maybe, to some of the projects that comes on your way?
I can give an example of that. The first time I began, because I did not get specifically for the sound public address system, sound can be very expensive.
Yeah.
So I did not begin like with all that I have currently. So we began with just a few pieces. At first I got 2 speakers and a very small mixer. And that one could not get to 1,000 people.
Yeah.
At least if it was 50 to 100, that could have worked. So there is a friend of mine came asking for me to offer the sound. I confidently said yes.
Wow.
So, sometimes I don't call it faking it, but you are courageous enough to want to take it.
Yeah.
You have that, the passion is so much in you that you think you can modify. But it did not work out. I think the good thing or the unfortunate or fortunate thing, the client knew this will not serve.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I tried to convince him. I know what to do. That time I did not know that I could even get partner with somebody else. I take the business, but still partner with somebody else and offer a good service. It did not click me, but after that experience, I realized I could have still have taken that business and I would not have faked it because I would still have delivered with my 2 speakers. Then I get another like 7, 8 of them or 5, whichever number. Then. So it was not actually faking it, but even if you fake it, definitely the people, okay, if the service, if you need to address an audience of 1,000, if it can't address an audience of 1,000, you will also feel it.
Yeah.
So you will at some point, yes, you will have to fake it for a while, and. There's somebody also who approached me one time to do a big one. That one I knew that one I would not handle. That one it was so clear. This one I will need something to be carried using a lorry or at least a 2 pickup or 1 pickup that is so big. Yeah. So I was humble enough. It was hard to refuse that kind of client.
I know the money.
Yes, yes. But it taught me a lesson. I said. I originally in 2013, this is what I had written down. I'll handle such, that was my vision.
Resolution.
Yes, that was what I targeted to be the big vision or the main vision for Jaliwa Sounds.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had to humble myself and know this one I won't be able to handle. I do not know many people. I won't be able to know how to charge.
Yeah.
So I referred them to somebody who had worked in Nairobi. So I referred to them to another team that would have worked, and they actually helped.
Yeah.
And unluckily, those people did not give me anything for referring.
Wow.
So, but I was okay. So, but I learned that now, if I want to handle such a level of client, I have to keep preparing better.
Yeah.
And that has
Buying
helped me.
tools.
Yes, buying more tools. Right now, we are confident. Wow. It's not faking it. The people who have handled for, they can tell you. And of course, any person who has seen any of my events, they can tell you we're doing a very good job. Wow. But at first, it was worrying. Yes, I had to fake it, and I would also be so worried if for some clients I would be worried if they give me the job. So I would have sleepless night knowing that this right now there's some size of clients I will just wake up in the night and tell them just give me the time.
Any day.
Yes, any day.
Wow.
Just yeah. But that time those few years ago it would have been very difficult. Okay. So try to, by the time you are beginning, you don't have to start marketing yourself the time you have the big, in quotes, the time the business has established or your venture has established. Now start that small. See what can you handle. Go increasing and expanding it, so that it won't be actually faking, but you're actually doing it.
You're trying.
Yes, you're trying, but you're doing small scale. You're not yet there for large scale.
Okay.
Yeah, but now we are good.
Okay.
Yes.
So tell me of an instant where you had, to maybe deal with the last minute changes. When it comes to events, someone would say, like, I wanted this kind of sounds or this kind of decor, but now I want this because, like I have a lot of people coming on board. So how do you deal with the last minute changes?
Originally, basically what I've done fundamentally is whenever because transport is normally one of the major issues. So I will put the transport cost into consideration with an idea of, yes, you have told me it is 100 people. If somebody tells you your wedding will be having 200, I'm a typical African setup is you get 500. So I put up my mind to know I will have to give an allowance at least. So I will give an allowance for last minute changes, either to lower or to go higher. So there are some clients who have gone, who have added a budget later on when they realize the audience will be bigger. Some have gone lower slightly when the budget did not allow. So I have to cut a few pieces also. But sometimes there's some you give because you're marketing yourself, so you give a quality thing, not necessarily reducing the items. But as at now, I think the quality of our service, we don't advise going lower. We try to get better always. Yes. So last minute changes is I think there's somebody I was offering the live band, and I did not at first. That was the first time I did a live band event, having full sound, full instruments, a team of live band, an MC. I did not think, I did not anticipate that kind of the logistics. So what happened is, at the last minute, I realized, so I have to pick what, that time I did not own any instrument. So the budget went higher. So the transport of the other instrument, that is musical instruments, it added to the transport costs, to the hiring, to partnering with the team that I normally partner with for any item that I don't have. So it went higher. But now the client was really on my neck. I have to deliver. We had already agreed, signed the contract. So it costed me, but I had to squeeze everything to make sure I'm not really burnt completely. But I learned to do it. So, but I would advise that you can be flexible for the client. Yeah, because the market is not always fixed like supermarket prices. Yes, as the service industry is a different one. So, but you make sure that you do not, even if you are shifting something, not unless it's somebody who you are giving yourself to help them. But otherwise, if it will burn you, you are not here to help.
Yeah, but it's business.
It's a time I remember. I was in a vehicle in Nairobi and in a matatu, and somebody had refused to add 10 bob to the person who the conductor. And the conductor, unajua anakuwa na maneno serious. Inazidama maneno serious. And he gave a word which I still remember. Hatujakuja kusaidia Nairobi. Yeah, so if I do not know you, you are a stranger to me. I don't have to burn my speakers, my amplifiers, my big sound. I'm giving you for free. It will cost me transport. It has costed me to plan, buy speakers, buy all that, whatever it is. So if it burns, one time it almost costed me around 7,500, and I had given a close friend, but I had offered them for free, trying to market myself.
Oh,
but
yeah, friends and family, by the way, they always ask for discounts. Discounts. And when I started this business, it made me realize, if I'm getting something from a friend, sometimes I bargain with them, but I still give them the first price they gave me. Yes, because now one of the points that many businesses are failing is friends sometimes, and also family. People want to take advantage of that. But if I give you my services for free, and I'll be going downwards, the time you need me, I'll be so poor, I won't be able to chip in to sort you out. So you put a limit, even if it's somebody you're giving, not unless it is you have decided in your heart that give it out, or let me come and help. Sometimes there are those instances. Maybe somebody is not able to afford, but you feel that this is what I can offer. So I can chip in this way. So, but I do not advocate for that. You have to trend around friends and family. You have to trend carefully. But luckily enough, my friends have been supportive. All my first line of events were my closest friends. People we have lived with, people in my church. And I want to echo the people at the Living Church in Bakassi, starting with our pastor, Reverend Elias Gitonga. I really appreciate.
Yes, actually, even as a person, as he has been supportive to me directly, and he's a good man, and a big team of friends that have given me business. I really appreciate it and want to appreciate.
Wow.
They are the ones who have actually marketed me more than I did, and they have given me a basis of now I have something to show.
Maybe because you also added value to them.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, the first friend I had offered is a friend I had offered for almost free, but I told them they have to give me some guys to carry because now kubeba I have to pay somebody.
Yeah.
So and I can't carry some of the size of my speakers. I can't carry alone, so it will be even tiresome.
Yeah, true.
And by the end of the day, you'll be tired for nothing. So we arranged some logistics, but I ended up. It costed me over 7,500. And again, it is a friend who made for me the repairs. So it was actually, it is saved. It is saved me, yes. It was burning me, but it is saved me again. Yeah, so
win-win situation.
A win-win situation. So, but from that one, it helped me. So I'm able to make cost better, and also trained amongst friends. I can say my friends have been a different one. I don't know. I think I have good friends.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody said
We
if
need
you have if you have 5 friends in this life, if you have had 5, you've sustained 5 good friends who can save you in the hardest times, then you have great friends.
You have more than 5 actually.
I think it's more than 5.
Wow.
Of course, there are those inner circles, but the kind of friends I have, I think they have helped me.
Yeah.
Because it is more than 5 who have taken. My closest friends is more than 5 who have helped me out. So it means that they believe in what I do. So yes, they are friends, and there's one who did not even bargain. I gave him a premium for the market, and they said, I'll just come do it. And I said, okay, I think these are kind of friends to keep. Because now I think it is also to let us that even if you have a friend who is doing a certain venture, please do not go out bargaining with them until they are left without anything in return. So we need to learn. There are some communities or other communities who support each other. Family come together and do business. But there are some who have grown to know we cannot work together as a family.
Yeah.
As close friends, we cannot do venture.
I need free things like
Yes,
you're
I
my
need
brother.
friends. Yes, you're my brother. But the day my house is closed, the day I'm in debt, that brotherhood you remove it. So if you have to be if you have to be my brother at the hard times or the good times, also be a good brother all the time.
Yeah.
Be a good sister all the time. So, but I've learned through that, and even if it's a friend, we are friends, we are family, but what is the cost? Because I may not be having the money to actually deliver. So if you tell me to deliver for free, then I will even do a very poor job.
Yeah.
And it will burn me, I will be burnt out, it will have cost me a lot. Yes.
All right. So since we are talking about, Money Monday, this is a Money Monday show.
Yes.
So I would love to know, because we have not talked about the capital that you started with
Yes.
when you were starting. So how much did you start with, the capital-wise?
Yeah, capital-wise, I remember at first, okay, I did not have much. I did not anticipate so much support. So what happened is I started with 2 speakers, which costed me around 30 to 35,000. I went and just took those pieces, but a small mixer, just to sustain a small congregation. I still have that mixer. I use it to run an event of less than 50 to 100 people around that range or below. So I normally use that one. So that is what I began with. But initially, I had, whatever I had projected for at least the first 2 years, it was around 500,000. So, but you cannot just try, you don't start business throwing everything, or you don't jump into a business or into a venture with both feet.
Yeah.
You have to tread carefully. Yeah, you have unaweka mguu moja ndani ingine just in case hapo mali unaweka ina sink. Yeah, so I started adding different pieces. I tried pitching my business to some people who I thought would have been very supportive, but they wisely guided me to start small. Get a client. When you get a client you're able to sustain, then you can add more. So that's how I continuously added things. Yes, and items. So yes, it is a big chunk of amount, but in pieces. Yes.
So what would you say is your greatest achievement in this, career of, doing events and everything? What is your greatest achievement that you look back and say, you know what, I did it?
Oh yes, doing events in Nairobi. Being a typical a person who has come from a rural area, then it means that succeeding in the city is not a walk in the park. That one, right now I can really literally say it's not a walk in the park. So succeeding in Nairobi, doing events in Nairobi, of course I do events in Meru, Embu, Muranga, Machakos, and Nairobi and its environs. I've done events all those places. So it is a big success for me. Doing big size of events. Doing for malls. There is some malls I do for in Mombasa Road, in different also along the Thika Road, and doing for such kind of clients, I feel I'm somewhere. We are somewhere as Jaliwa Sounds. So that's a big win for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how do you get to evaluate your performance at the end of the day? Like, look back at your work and say, like, this one I did it with all my heart, and I delivered what the clients really wanted, even beyond what he was expecting. So how do you evaluate your performance at the end of the day?
Okay, so for especially those people who work with a committee, or sometimes there are some who you deal with. There's clients you deal with directly, and there are some others who send somebody to deal with you. So anytime I get to the field, okay, I can show them my items or the kind of my services, and they tell me. Then when I get to the ground, I ask them, how do you see? Also, though sometimes, okay, at the level I am, we are confident. We do a service confidently, because we know I know I have surpassed your expectation. Yeah. So first of all, I rate against others. So I see this person. I went to a certain event. They did it this way. I can see, no, I can do better than this, and I actually go and do. And then, so in evaluation, you see, evaluation you do after the event mostly. So is I try to look at as the event is going on. I reach out to the client, say, how do you think we are doing? And surprisingly, all of them told me it's good. And some clients, especially if they're in a position, they're not in a position that they are so held up. You see, like a wedding, somebody is the main character there, so they cannot give you direct feedback. But sometimes they can send a committee. But now for corporate clients like the malls, the person who I was in touch with, they come and tell me, oh, this is a good sound. Yeah. I think this is really good. And even it does their face. That is the kind of the thing they wanted, or even have surpassed. So I mostly trust when the client has given me feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So when you want to become a great, event planner, what are some of the personality traits are you supposed to have? Do you need education? Do you need talent? Do you need skills? Or you just wake up in the morning and say, I need to pay bills at the end of the day. So yes. I think sound is doing very well. So I need to get myself into that business. So yes. How do you, do you need anything actually, like education, talent?
Yes, some go for the formal training, others go for the informal. I have actually, for me, I have utilized a lot of informal, but I've also approached the people who did for me the formal trainings. There's some experts you meet and they look like a book. Interacting with them, they are like a book. So for the area of sound, experience, and also you have to read. If it's an item, if it's a gadget you have to use, you will have to read the manual. So yes, there is a formal training, but every piece comes with a manual. So you have to, I dig so much on the manual. I got that one from a friend of mine, and I kind of refer to him as my patron in this business. So when you try to reach some level of sound, you will have to be good at what you do. Else you will have to hire a sound engineer. So I personally, like in my venture at Jaliwa Sounds, I have trained myself. I go read. I go do my research. I go online and watch videos on how to operate this thing. sometimes I repeat over and over. If I don't get it, I get the expert who has even gone to somewhere, gone to school, and they tell me. But other times there's a size of clients I will go and tell somebody, come help me here. And I've done that one. The first series of clients, about 10, I used to tell him, come see how I'm doing. How am I faring? How am I faring? And so, because now I have the sound, sometimes I can tell somebody, come tell me what am I doing wrong. So that is part of the informal training. So yes, you'll need some training, but for some level, there is some level I know I'm heading to, I will have to have somebody who has gone to school for specific items. Yeah, especially if I'm doing for music which is going to production, I call people up into music production training.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, so it's not just an open or outdoor event. So that one, it needs a specialist completely. But some things can come with the time, through experience. Because if you spend some time with a mixer, you'll have to know what works where. Yeah. Yes. What level of, like specifically about sound is amplifiers, mixer, how are signals being processed, what is going, what do you need to amplify, what level of amplification do you need to use. So that would get you back to the books, or get somebody to train you. Yeah. Yes. So the training is important. Yes.
So now that you have talked about, training and everything, here on Money Monday, we always love to know, like, do you have a role model, someone that you look up to, or do you have a favorite quote that keeps you going at the end of the day?
Oh yes. In the area of business only, or
business-wise?
Business-wise. Yes, I have a few in the area of specifically events. There are some partners I'm actually working with, and in photography, videography, and all that. And also I have a team I normally look to, because they have done corporate events. There's more entertainment. They are doing a good job. There's also Ogopa team entertainment. So they are doing a good job. So I look up to them so much, because they're able. There's also the people who do for our public holidays in Kenya. So meaning that if you're able to be called by State House to do an event, yes. So those people, I actually envy. I don't say if it's envy, but I look up to them so much, because now if they are able to be trusted by State House, when you've been called by State House, that's something serious.
That's a success.
But I know that is where I'm heading. Yes. Yeah. So I look. I try to approach those people who have gone far ahead of me. I don't do that. I don't personally. I normally try to get as many as possible. Yes.
All right. So before we even wind up, I want you maybe to give advice to those young people who are out there. Someone who's struggling to get into a business. He doesn't know what he wants to do with his life. Maybe they are struggling and they're just depending on paperwork only. And there's so many things that they can do actually to sustain them for now. So what advice could you give such youth who are watching you today?
Yes. Being a young person, personally, I'm not that old, as you can see. What I would advise is, I've been to school. I was advised by somebody, akaniambia, I can mix Kiswahili and English here. So, in the rural area, somebody told me, akaniambia, I have grown up in a place where we grow tea leaves. Akaenda akaniambia, kama, I don't mean not put it in my mother tongue, but they use the mother tongue, but I will use the English or to explain Kiswahili. So, akaniambia, kama hiyo kikapu, kama nitawezana na kikapu ya majani chai, ama nitawezana na bagi ya vitabu, ananiambia nichague ni gani rahisi. So I would really advocate for education, go to training, go to school, where we are running, the people who are shaking this world, they are doing serious, the people who are shaking the world, they have gone to class. Wow. Yes, even if you have not gone to class, you will have to look for a way to get even informal training. But school is well structured. The school is well structured, so you find yourself a class. Sometimes we say it is expensive, but try ignorance. Try illiteracy. It is very expensive. So I would advocate that anyone that was watching me today, and you are young, you see, when we are young, we have energy. Sometimes we have the support to do different things. If it is a business, if it is to go to school, just do it. There is somebody who says that a vision attracts provision. So do not fail to begin something because you think there is no money. No, go out, begin. Write the vision down. Write it down and be clear about it. And again, it is about your thought. So as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you are thinking that you'll be able to achieve something, then you'll be able to achieve.
Wow.
If you think you won't achieve, you won't. And God is so faithful.
Yeah.
He said, as a man thinketh, so is he. So I would advise that as many go get formal training. If you cannot afford, as at now, plan about it. Life is about planning.
Oh.
Yes.
Before we went up, do you have any sponsors? Do you work alone, or you have other guys like partners?
Yes, I have partners, and I really want to appreciate Kina Hedi, I work with Kina Oguyo and many others, a team that also does food and catering, Mrs. Opio and the team, we really appreciate, and many others that come together, we make sure that events are well covered. So I want to appreciate each of you. We have done amazing work together, and many others. I can't mention them all, because especially if you are going to different towns, you have to work together your pieces, and we have to offer a good service.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so I think we are coming at a close. And thank you so much for joining us today. And remember, we are live on Facebook. We were live actually because we are finishing the show. But you can go ahead and check out this video on YouTube and on Facebook. And I love what you guys yeah. And of course, the repeat will be at 8 p.m. tonight, so make sure that you watch out for that. I'm looking some of your feedbacks right here on Facebook, and thank you so much, by the way, for sending them in. I can see Ses Watetu. He's saying, hello, Victor, I'm watching. Yeah. There is Trigger Trey who's saying, okay. That's so informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And of course, there's Tony Oremo saying that was enlightening. And I have MC Philip MacLeod said that, okay, that was cool. Kakawakesa saying nice, and Blessed Ellie saying I love it, watching live. Thank you so much for watching us. And of course, we have Chill Avenue saying nice show. Thank you so much. And of course, we have Mosibi Gathambi saying he is present. Thank you so much. And Chill Avenue is saying Money Monday is back. Yes, we are back. So make sure that you catch us each and every single Monday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And yeah, that is when we come here live. So make sure that you stream in and like our Facebook page on Facebook, and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel, because each and every time that we have a new video, you're the one to watch it live on Facebook, on and of course on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming today. That was so amazing. I've learned a lot of things that you how you strategize your work and everything. Thank you so much for informing us all those things. All right, so that is how we end our morning show. Till next time, same place, same time. My name is Alice Wanjera Mwangi.